how can you correlate verse 11 with 22? Yeah, there's a parallel of how first says mirth connecting with answering, as in prayers, and I'm already going to mention, because I already read it and all of that, so I'm just going to mention the verse 11 and verse 22, what it says one by one to show the connection that you are mentioning here. Mirth with answering, as in praying to Yahweh. Then the feasts with grain, as in the first feasts of the year. The first feasts of Yahweh of Leviticus 23 have to do with grain, given in Matzot and Shavuot, for instance. Then it says wine will be connected with new months, because every new month has a new energy, so it is a time to celebrate, and Yahweh tells us to celebrate, so that is connected. Celebration is connected with wine. So it says new months, and then in the 22, the third thing that it says is wine. Then it says your Shabbats, and then oil in the verse 22, like the oil used to light the menorah, which represents the fact that on Shabbat we must seek the presence of Yahweh, which comes through his Ruach, which is as oil, or represented by oil. So that's why mirth with answering, feasts with grain, new months with wine, Shabbats with oil. And then the last one mentioned is all her appointed feasts, which is when puts all in one bucket, as the other one ends saying, and they shall answer Yisrael, as it started. The earth shall answer. At the end, they shall answer. So verse 11 starts, I will cause all her mirth to cease, or her joy and prayer. I already mentioned that. And it ends, all her appointed feasts. So just as it begins, it ends, first and last. And when it comes to all her appointed feasts, connects with Yisrael, because Yisrael means Yahweh souls. Just like the connection of grain, wine, or the vine, and oil with the feasts. All those things come through the earth, through the soil, as food that is harvested. So that's why I mentioned all the feasts, and then mention the fruits of the land, and ends with they shall answer Yisrael, him souls. Just like he put a seed on each of the feasts of Leviticus 23, and for us to receive the fruit of that seed, we must fulfill those feasts according to his will, not according to commandments of man or whatever. Jewish people fulfill Pesach thinking of Exodus, not seeing how Mashiach fulfilled it through his death and resurrection, not seeing the fruit, not being able to enjoy the fruit of the feast, which is Yahushua, because they're stuck in Exodus according to commandments of men that tell them that that is all that they have to think about in Pesach, and many other things. So that's why the connection of Yisrael, Elohim souls, with the feasts that are connected with the fruit of the soil, the land. Because Yahweh put a seed on each of the feasts that will give fruit at a specific moment in history. And that's why we as the congregation must take care of those feasts in order to be able to enjoy the fruit of it when it is fulfilled, just like the first feasts have been already fulfilled by Yahushua. Pesach with his death, Matzot with his burial, Bikurim, first fruit, with his resurrection, and Shavuot by giving the Ruach HaKodesh as the guarantee.